What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got some more r/entitled parent stories for you. Entitled Mum tries taking my iPhone 11. As one very well-known character has said in GTA, snap, here we go again. So for some background, I recently got the iPhone 11 Pro as a late birthday / early Christmas present from my girlfriend. I told her don't get anything that is too expensive, but now she's broke practically. Now onto the story. Yeah, I'm not surprised she's broke. Jesus. It was a normal lovely day where I live. My girlfriend and I decided that we wanted to go to the beach. Since my car was in service, we had to take the train and the walk and vice versa on the way home. To get this clear, my girlfriend and I live quite close to the train station. It was perfectly fine on the way to the beach. Me and my girlfriend had a fantastic time, at least that was until we got back in the train to go home. Insert Karen and her hex porn. When I say this, I really mean it was the full package. The hair, the clothes, everything. This is when I pull out my brand new iPhone 11. Now this catches the hex porn's attention, and soon enough I feel a tug on my shirt. Can I have your phone? No, sorry, this is my phone. Now I messed myself up by saying this. He obviously went back to Karen and told her that I said that he can't have my phone, but as he left I whispered to my girlfriend, it's a Karen. She quietly giggles and then we mind our own business when all of a sudden I get the classic and as I said, snap, here we go again. Did you say that my angel can't have your phone? Yeah, what's wrong with that? He needs that phone. Now guys, this kid is about 5 to 7 years old. If he needs it so much, then why don't you buy him a brand new iPhone 11 Pro? At that point, Karen pretty much went like, screw my kid, I need that phone. She proceeded to ask me how much I want for it. Look, it's not for sale. My girlfriend gave me this by spending all of her money just for me instead of for herself. She then turns to my girlfriend, obviously completely ignoring the fact I just said she spent all her money, and then she says, Missy, if you can buy one, you can and will buy another one for me. What the F? Excuse me, but if you didn't hear my boyfriend, I have no money. Bull poop. She then proceeded to grab my girlfriend and rip her purse from her hand. After that, I lost it, yelling at her to stay away from me and my girlfriend or I will call the cops. She said, no, I will be calling the cops because you assaulted me. She then proceeds to call the police. Afterwards, at the next stop, the train was pulled to a halt. The train didn't even leave until the issue was solved. Her story was the normal Karen story of him and his girlfriend assaulted her in the scared, traumatized voice. The officer then asked for my side and I explained everything. He then asked to see the footage and let the train go because of people needing to be somewhere. When the officer says this, Karen goes as pale as a ghost, literally. He checks the camera footage and says that the Karen is arrested for assault and harassment or something like that. Karen, if you are somehow reading this, get owned, you mother effing lady. Karens, they never learn. Now just quickly in between stories, if you haven't already subscribed, I ask you to subscribe. We are so close now to 200,000 subscribers and that's a massive milestone for the channel. So if you're feeling kind and want to help me out on getting to 200k, hit the subscribe button now. Moving on to our second story. Actual Karen upset I dyed my hair. When I was about 15, I attended a very religious Baptist school. It was crazy. On to the story. So at 15, I really wanted to dye my hair. My mother always had, and I was excited about trying something other than the dishwater brown I had. I begged and begged, and my mum finally said okay as long as it was semi-permanent. I desperately wanted red, so off to Walmart we went. We found a foam mousse that said it lasted 2 weeks. Box says auburn. Sweet, a natural colour. Handbook says no dyeing your hair on natural colours, cause God, I assume that means the school handbook. So we dye my hair, and when it comes out, this is red. Like fire hydrant, Little Mermaid, cherry popsicle red. But it looks great, lit as anything. I'm thrilled. But I'm nervous, and I asked my mum if she thinks it'll be okay, or if I'll get into trouble. Now she works as a teaching assistant at the school, and so she says she doesn't think it'll be a problem, and we head to school the next day. Also on this day, we're doing a volunteer day to stack wood for an old man. Welcome to New England. I get to school and once inside, the hat comes off. It's a very small school. The entire high school is about 30 people and 5 teachers. Loads of compliments, teachers too, all is well. But not for one entitled kid. She's got a face like a shrunken sphincter and she's been glaring at me all morning. Wow, what an image. I hate this goody two-shoes lady anyway, so I ignore her. her? Well, EK's mum is the receptionist for the school, and she doesn't like me either. At about 11 AM, I get hauled out of class and into the principal's office. I'm already very humiliated and not sure what's going on, so I get there to the entitled mum and principal glaring at me. EM claims I was bragging to everyone that I didn't have to follow the rules, and she knows that because EK, her daughter, told her, and that I thought I wouldn't get in trouble because my mum worked at the school. My mum is a second grade teacher assistant. I'm in high school. Also, I haven't said anything to anyone. I've never ever been in trouble, straight A student, teachers love me, I'm a huge goddamn nerd. But the principal decides that Karen, which is her actual name, is definitely telling the truth. They say that I don't reflect godly values with my sinner's hair, and I'm not allowed to go help stack an old man's firewood, because I don't respect Christ with my sinner hair. I leave the office sobbing, and my old teacher catches me and asks what the heck is going on. I sob/explain and then head to the empty room I'm meant to sit in alone the whole afternoon, while all my friends go off together to volunteer. On the way, I pass the entitled kid and the entitled mum talking, and EK smirks at me. But my old teacher has other plans. Legit, she is the best woman ever. Now she goes to find my mum, knowing this whole thing is BS. My mum loses her goddamn mind, and the room I'm in is next door to the principal's office. It shares a wall. I can hear her yelling. She goes up one side and down the other, saying she doesn't know what EM's problem is, but if they had half a brain, they'd know Karen likes to stir stuff up. And I'm legit a 15-year-old who has zero history of causing trouble. 5 minutes later, principal and the fuming Karen are in my classroom/prison to say that while they don't think my hair is Christ-like, and I will need to wear a hat the whole time I stack wood, I can go to the volunteer day. F you Karen and your sphincter goblin. Also, I was the best firewood stacker they had. Well dang, I didn't think people would judge others based on their hair colour, but I guess I'm wrong. Moving on to our final story. Religious nutjob EPs don't approve of me dating their son. I was attending an anime convention around 2 years ago, and it was the first time I'd gathered the courage to cosplay. Doki Doki, or Doki Doki Literature Club, had been out for maybe a month or two and was super popular, so me and my friends decided to go as the main girls, with me of course dressing up as Monica. Or probably Monica actually, that makes more sense. The whole thing was amazing. Conventions themselves are always fun, but when you're cosplaying, it's a whole new thing. During this time, it wasn't uncommon to have people come up and give all 4 of us compliments or ask to take pictures with us. It's also important to note that for whatever reason, there's protesters at these conventions. They're your usual overbearing religious nutjob fun police types, but I have no idea what they're actually protesting for. Anyways, one day we're walking around when this guy who looks to be about our age comes up to me and my friends when we were going out for food. And he has this conversation with us about our costumes, getting into the game, giving us compliments, etc. He then asked to take some pictures with us, asking for some specific photos. One is where we're all trying to pull at him, and then he wants to take one-on-one photo with each of us, with me looking in the background looking angry or spooky. It makes sense if you've seen or played the game. The final picture is of me holding onto his arm with a big smile while he looks terrified. After the photo, we're exchanging Instagram info, and I casually ask if he's there with anyone. And he got super uncomfortable and said that he was there with his family. As the day goes on, we're messaging each other over Instagram, and things have started to get pretty flirty. Eventually, he asked me out to dinner at a restaurant near the hotel we're staying at. The date itself was pretty good. He was funny, we watched a lot of the same shows, and could banter back and forth on differences in opinion. A few weeks go by, and we're dating at this point. We're over at his place, and things are getting pretty hot and heavy on the sofa. Luckily, nothing too raunchy was going on, because his parents walk in with groceries out of nowhere. Apparently, he hadn't told them about me, because they were all like, "Oh, who are you?" Although they didn't seem too upset on what they'd walked in on. I'm beyond mortified, but the parents sit down across from us after putting the groceries down and start asking questions. What's my name? How do we meet? Etc. The both of them seem very excited to meet me at first. I introduce myself and tell the story of how we met, and pull up our photo together with me in costume and show it to them. They get this grim look on their faces like they just found out I killed someone, and give their son this death glare. At this point, they're asking me to leave, and I'm asking if I did something wrong and apologizing if I did. It's just, we want someone modest for our son, and we don't see you two being a good match. Wait, what? You don't exactly line up with our beliefs is all. Please leave, we need to talk with our son. But I don't understand. You need me to spell it out? He doesn't need some atheist loser in his life. Mom! Don't raise your voice to your mother, walk your little friend out of here and say goodbye. They argue for another minute or two before my boyfriend walks me out. He gives me a kiss and tells me he's sorry and he'll call me later. When he finally calls back, he explains how his parents helped organize those protests at conventions and how they had some weird views like that. He said that he fought with them for over an hour about how he was done with their bull after they demanded he never speak to me again. He ended up moving in with me about a month after that. It was kind of soon, but he didn't really have anywhere to go since his parents had given him an ultimatum and apparently his entire family is like that. On the bright side, we are still together, so at least the story has a bit of a happy ending. Well, all I can say is sorry this happened to you, but fair play to your boyfriend for sticking up for you against his parents. Anyway guys, that is going to do it for this one. I really hope you have enjoyed, and if you had, drop a like and comment below. If you want a little bit more from me, click the video on screen right away and I will see you over there in just a second.